I started Project 50 to stop slacking. I was going to bed late, snoozing my alarms, getting distracted very easily, and most importantly, my mental health was terrible. But yeah, Project 50 has been great. I've been sticking to my workouts, eating on point, the mornings set me up mentally, and it honestly just feels amazing. It has paid huge dividends to my mental health, and my physical health is getting better and better. However, I keep snoozing my alarm. I've noticed my mornings are the single determinant as to whether my day is a success or not. If I get up straight away, on time, before 8 AM, I am a powerhouse. I do everything on Project 50 and I feel great. If I don't, I skip the morning routine, I go straight to work, or I just end up sleeping. Something so simple has so much agency over my life. That single decision to get up straight away when my alarm goes off rather than snoozing it for however many times, honestly it makes or breaks my day. And for that reason, I decided to deep dive into the science and figure out exactly why I am choosing to snooze my alarm and ultimately how I can stop it altogether. And all of this was done using Genie, the sponsor of today's video. This is Genie. It is essentially a research assistant for students but can be used by anyone doing any research. It automatically summarizes all of your background reading, any blog posts, articles, websites, academic papers, research journals, you name it. This summarizes it and then actually helps you to write that essay, that lab report, etc. So how does that actually work? Well, first you find a resource that may be helpful for that lab report, for that essay. Download it or copy the link, hit create resource in Genie and upload it. Next, you open the newly created resource and hit summary. At the top is all of the diagrams, figures, etc. from the resource for quick access. You then have a summary of each section of the resource broken down into easy to read bullet points for quick reference. Finally, you have all of the most prominent keywords in the article and its abstract. Okay, now let's go and create a note. Notes support slash commands to easily add features like bullet points, titles, etc. But the best feature is the ability to reference your uploaded documents by simply highlighting the text and clicking add to notes. You can even opt for the selected text to be summarized with AI in your notes. Of course, you are also going to need to reference many texts at once, so Genie allows for you to do so with quick links that take you back to the original text within your notes. If you'd like a Genie 14-day free trial, hit the top link in the description below, and you can also use code JAKE2022 for 20% off any of the full plans. Okay, sick. So now let's get into all of the research. So first of all, let's talk about the impact of snoozing. Why is it actually bad? Well, the fragmented sleep you are getting when you press that snooze alarm doesn't actually equate to good quality sleep. In fact, it actually comes with many negatives. Snoozing causes you to oversleep and throws off your body's internal clock, disrupting the timing of important biological processes, leaving you fatigued when you'd normally feel alert. Not only this, but it also affects things like your metabolism, your energy levels, your mood, and lots of other little things that occur throughout the day. So overall, snoozing, not a good idea. And the biggest thing that I found, in addition to all of those negatives, it is very easy for me to keep snoozing and end up losing hours of my day. Nice. We've established it's negative. So now why do we do it? Well, this is actually down to a phenomenon called sleep inertia, defined as a physiological state of impaired cognitive and sensory motor performance that is present immediately after awakening. Basically, it's just that feeling of grogginess, wanting to go back to sleep, and impaired ability and decision making immediately after we wake up. Now, the reasons why we experience sleep inertia isn't clear, but it's theorized that it helps us to remain asleep after unwanted awakenings during the night, ultimately helping us to get better quality and more duration of sleep. But physiologically, it's down to reduced blood flow, high levels of adenosine in the blood, and an increase in delta waves in the brain. If you want to know more, I've linked some resources below. Okay, so the reason we snooze is due to this impaired state that actively tries to keep us asleep, and just overall impairs our ability to make a logical decision. Obviously, as well as the desire just to stay in that nice, cozy, warm bed. Right, now arguably the most important part of the video, how do we counteract this sleep inertia and make it 10 times easier to get out of bed in the morning? Now, I've done a lot of research into counteracting that sleep inertia, and I came to the conclusion that there are a few specific things that you can do to reduce that impaired state and make it a lot easier to get out of bed in the morning. So on that note, what am I going to do? First of all, your room needs to be relatively cool. My room gets ridiculously hot, especially with all of my computers and stuff in the back, and under my duvet it's literally like a sauna. So I'm deciding just to swap my duvet for a few of these thin blankets, see if that makes a difference. On the note of it being too hot, I could also get a fan, but I'm not that big of a fan of fans, but I might consider it. Okay, now the third thing is actually stimulating your cortisol pulse slightly earlier. When your body begins to wake up, it stimulates a cortisol pulse and your adenosine levels in the blood starts to decrease, and that is down to your body's internal clock. And exposure to light helps to trigger that exit from sleep and the corresponding cortisol spike and adenosine drop. up. And as mentioned at the start of the video, one of the causes of sleep inertia is high levels of adenosine in the blood, and as such, I'm setting my light to come on about 10 minutes before my alarm is scheduled to wake me up, to hopefully trigger my body's slow exit out of sleep rather than being awakened straight away by that harsh alarm. Let's see how it works. Next measure, waking up to music. Most of the time I found when I actually set my Alexa alarm to wake me up with music, it's much easier for me to get out of bed. The only negative with having my Alexa on, it's very easy to set it to stop. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to see if there was any scientific proof behind this, and turns out there was. Songs with melodies seem to have an energizing effect. They help upon waking to increase arousal, cognition, and attention. It basically helps you to feel less groggy as soon as you wake up, ultimately counteracting the effects of sleep inertia and helping you to make more informed decisions and actually want to get out of bed. Which is sick. So yeah, those are a few of the things I'm using to try and counteract the effects of sleep inertia and make me actually want to get out of bed in the morning. Then there's some more drastic approaches, like putting your phone on the other side of the room, which is honestly just a great shout regardless, and I'm definitely going to be doing that as well. But also, I just need to stop being a little bit and actually get out of bed. And on that note, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some insight into sleep, the effects of sleep inertia, and you know that it's not you making that decision to stay in bed. It's an impaired version of yourself that is very easy to counteract, and there are simple things that you can do to help yourself make a more logical decision and just get out of bed. Nice. See you next week where we're going to go into all of the results, see if it's actually had an effect, and yeah, whether I've stopped snoozing my alarm. Alright, thanks for watching. See you later.
I live inside my own world of make-believe.